Welcome back to Epic Talks. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it, from the Bible to the boardroom to the bank account to the bedroom. What does that mean? Family, it's four critical areas we focus on to make sure the things you're talking about, we're talking about. When I say from the Bible, that this is our intentionality about grabbing practical principles that guide our life from a trusted source. I think it's more trusted than Google, the Bible, meaning we grow in our faith, grow in our belief, grow in our understanding. So we have conversations, questions that you might be asking. What does that mean? And address it. When we say to the boardroom, meaning your career, your professional life, you might hear content that inspires and helps you become better, get a raise at your job, learn how to interview, communicate, workplace conflict, or however you find yourself. And for my entrepreneurs out there, you might hear some context on sales and leads and brand visibility and social media to make sure that you have what you need, not just from the Bible, but to the boardroom, the things that you do that matter to you. To the bank account, meaning economically, it might be someone we interview, financial experts, to ensure that you are prepared at all times to grow in your finances and to increase in your wealth. And when I say to the bedroom, I am not getting in your business. I am not talking about what you do behind closed doors and your intimate relationships. I'm in your with you being intimate. I simply am talking about our intimate relationships, the people that matter to us, and how we navigate that. So whether it is our mother, our brother, our sister, our coworkers, or anyone, our friends, as we navigate our relationships throughout life, there is always a need for a conversation. Why? Because you're talking about it. We should be talking about it and giving some guidance on that. Well, family, enough of that. It's not even a secret what we're talking about today because you already saw the title of this video. So I don't know why I try to reveal it to you as if you can't read the title and read the description. However, it might be a little ambiguity about what am I going to talk about. Well, we're digging into confidence, family. Three ways to increase your confidence. Now, why would I be talking about this? Because here's what I'm starting to discover. I always say, and it's probably early to give you this, but you ought to write this down as a note. I always say that character traits always show up as personality traits. Character traits always show up as personality traits. What do I mean by that? If someone's shy, character trait, it shows up as a personality trait. If someone is insecure, it shows up as a personality trait. If somebody's shady, if somebody's a liar, right? Lying is a character trait. If somebody's manipulative, that's a character trait. It shows up as a personality trait. Dishonest, that's a character trait. It shows up as a personality trait. So anytime that there are character traits, it shows up as personality traits. Now, what does that mean? That regardless of how we show up for other people, we all are aware of our strengths and our weaknesses, our flaws, our uncertainties, and these things take away from our confidence. When you know you are not who you say you are, it hurts your confidence. Now, here's what's crazy. You could be confident in one area and lack confidence in another. I have to admit, I grew up very insecure. I don't know why. I mean, as a young boy, I'm youngest of four. Highly gifted. I look back now and I was extremely gifted. So I don't know where the insecurities came from. I don't know if I needed a hug, needed a handshake, needed my daddy to say, I'm proud of you. Probably. I'm past it. So you can see I could smile and laugh about it, but it's no joking matter when what we did not have robs us of what we should have. So when we did not have confirmation and didn't have communication and didn't have love, and I'm not saying my parents were bad, like they were great parents. However, all of us, you know, have holes and gaps in our life. So what we were supposed to have ends up taking up. What we didn't have ends up showing up in our lives and taking from what we should have. So we should all have confidence. We should all have clarity. We should all be able to show up as the full version of ourselves, right? Or what the new saying is, we should all stand in our truth. However, I grew up very insecure. Didn't know who I was afraid to speak up, was afraid to, if I went into a room with a group of people, I felt like I was very bright. However, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be sitting back quiet. Why? I didn't want to sound crazy, didn't want to sound stupid. So I would be in my head. If I did say something, I would be in my head like, I wonder what they think. I wonder if they think that that was dumb. So you find yourself almost failing at something that you could succeed in because you got in your own way. You trip yourself up with lack of confidence. So I know that's what happened with me. When I played sports, I was very good at sports. Point guard, Steph Curry with the shot. Boy, you see that form. you saw that form, didn't you? But I played basketball, was a starting point guard, and was a captain of the team even in ninth grade, right? But still had these insecurities. So I had an obsessive work ethic because of my insecurities. Well, the same thing showed itself in my life and speaking, right? So you hear it now and you're like, man, he seems so confident on screen. He feels so confident on camera. Do you know that I was like deadly afraid? I'm insecure, immature, wouldn't speak up. Like I used to remember talking to my father and was saying, how do I know that I will have something to say? And he was like, son, if you number one, he was talking about if you study yourself full, if you're always studying and making sure that your mind is clear. And he talked about your prayer life, like what your intake of what you put in as well as your prayer life has a way of putting you in a position that you don't have to be afraid. I still was. The thought of standing in front of people and talking, even now, the thought of standing in front of a camera and people could judge your private thoughts, your private preparation, it's a vulnerable feeling. You out here and it's like, pause, can I get a do-over? Oh, I said that wrong. What happens if in real time you misspeak and you say something and people are like, no, that's wrong, especially in social media. You know, as your brand and everything grows, there's people in the comments like, I disagree. And if you don't have a level of clarity and confidence in yourself, their disagreement has the ability to paralyze you from being what you're supposed to be. And I'll say this to you: there's typically more people cheering for you than there are people that are criticizing you. But for whatever reason, the criticism just seems so much louder, especially when you lack confidence. You get it now. So I got to unpack 3 ways to increase what I refer to as your God-Fidence. Your God-Fidence. Now, why do I call it that? You ought to write this down. GOD-Fidence. Instead of confidence, your God-Fidence. Now, what is God-Fidence? Let's describe this now. I want to define it. I believe that you cannot increase your confidence without increasing your Godfidence. Say it again. I believe that you cannot increase your confidence without increasing your Godfidence. You didn't write it down. Why not? What you doing? All right, you just refuse to write notes. It's cool. It's okay. But let's first unpack the definition of confidence, and you will really get where I'm going with this. This is Webster definition. It's not Greek or Hebrew, but a feeling of self-assurance rising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. I'm gonna read it again. A feeling of self-assurance rising from one's appreciation of one's own ability or qualities. Now, that's 3 definitions I got for it, but like, check this out. Confidence is a feeling of self-assurance. Like, you got to unpack that. A feeling of being assured of self. Like, I know I got this. I know I'm good at this. Or let me word it in a different way, because I don't want you to connect confidence with activity. You can't have confidence in your ability. You can't have confidence in your skill. But it's most important to have confidence in your person, to say, this is who I am and I am confident in me. I know that if I say something, I'm going to keep my word. See how it goes back to character, right? I know that I'm enough. I know that anyone who has me is happy to have me. I'm a gift to anybody I'm around. I realize that the best use of someone's time and attention is with me. If it's in a relationship, you can have confidence in yourself, knowing like the confidence in one's ability. Like this, I don't want you to think that ability is always activity. It does not have to be something that is done professionally, but I'm talking about your ability to communicate, your ability to be trustworthy, your ability to be a good friend, your ability to be a good person, your ability to be gentle with your words, your ability to be gentle with yourself, your ability to treat you well, your ability to manage your time, your ability to think yourself clear, your ability to plan your future, your ability to organize and to be good to you while being good to others. Make sense? So confidence is found in all of these things, right? And one's ability or qualities. I love that. I'm gonna read it again. A feeling of self-assurance, like you got this. You got this, Marcus. You might want to tap yourself. You got this. Whatever your name is, you got this. To be self-assured that I know that I am enough. I know that I have enough. I know that I am enough. Okay. And one's ability or qualities. that I like the qualities and attributes about me. Like, I like my smile. I like that I'm a little country. I like the fact, right? I like that I'm a little country. I like that I'm a little slim. You know what I'm saying? It could be a little bigger. I'm not quite filling up that shirt. All right, a little loose in there. Maybe I should order some muscles off of Amazon. But see, I can make a joke about it because I'm confident. I like me. I like my qualities. I like my sense of humor. This is the thing that increases. Now, what did I always feel this way? No, I was full fledged. Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. You don't know nothing about that. But there was a point. I'm 5'10" and a half, 5'11", 6 foot, depending on who's asking. Right? There were points where I didn't like my height. I didn't like the way that my voice sounded, a little raspy and a little high. I couldn't stand to hear myself. Has anybody, am I talking to me, or is that you? You're like, oh, I don't want to hear me. So I would think about this. I am a speaker. I get paid because of my ability to communicate with people, whether that's coaching, because I help people build online businesses, whether that is consulting, where I work with B2B, not just B2C. So I work with businesses to help them create marketing campaigns and sales process and marketing strategies to attract more clients into their business, right? Or whether it's entrepreneurs who are looking to take ideas and services and build them out online and say, okay, I have this idea, I have this service that I provide, but I really want to turn this into an online product or service. All that I do, or if it's speaking on stages or if it's preaching, deals with communication. So to think, family, like I hated hearing my voice. I didn't want to upload content. I was getting into my confidence, kept tripping me up from living out, walking out, and running out my purpose. Like, it hurt me financially because I wasn't showing up or building a brand that people could even know what I do. I secretly wanted opportunities, but because I lacked confidence, I didn't even put myself in position to get the opportunities. There were people who gave me their numbers, like reach out to me, and it was people I admire. I never reached out because I lacked the confidence. See what I'm telling you? So the qualities about me, I have to begin to embrace, to love to skin you in. Love to skin you in. I am like, listen, I believe in me. This is your affirmation. I believe in me. I like me. I love me. I enjoy hanging out with me. I like hearing me. I like the way I think. I like the way that I look. And if I don't like it, I can do something about it. If I don't like it, I can do something about it. If I like the way my pants fit on me, if I don't like it, I could go in the gym. And because I have confidence that I can keep my word to me, if I say I'm going to the gym, I'm going. All right. Let me get off of that point. So let me get into, so that's one definition of confidence. Let's get into another one. Number 2, the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. The state of feeling certain about the truth of something. Now, I like that definition because I like that it mentions the word certain. Certain, which leads me to these 3 things I want to teach you. 3 things I want to teach you of how to increase what I call your God-Fidence, right? The state of feeling certain about the truth of something. Can we be honest, family? Some things that we believe are a lie that someone told us because they believed a lie about themselves. Unpack that, rewind that. We believe a truth about ourselves because we believe, a lie that someone told us because they believed a lie about themselves. What does that mean? Sometimes when people don't feel good about themselves, they impose their views about them. Or somebody says, you think you all that. Well, that's a lie. I didn't think I was better than. I just knew I was different from. And me knowing that I'm different from you don't mean that I think that I'm better than you. But you don't know how to describe my difference. So you then think that I think that I'm better than you because you think that I'm better than you. Say it again. I know that I'm different from you. That's the certainty. That I know that I'm not regular. I'm not average. I'm not run of the mill. If you put me in a lineup, I'm going to stand out. If it's between me and a million people, they're going to be like, that one right there. If it's between you and a million people, that one right there. They can put me in a lineup they can blindfold me and they can blindfold people. Let me say it this way. They can blindfold the world and put me in a lineup and somebody I just feel that there's a Marcus Rosier in here. I'm joking because I'm trying to talk that confidence talk to you. But it's the reality of there are times that people will then convince you of a lie, get you to dim your light, get you to reduce who you are. Like right now, people use, but man, your personality is too big. Maybe you ought to say it different. This is me. This is who I am. And there are groups of people that love the way I break it down, love the way I describe it. They don't want me to be nothing else but me. So, which means I would lose the strength of who I am trying to become some image that a person has in their head of what I should be. They will convince you of a lie. You think you all that. I'm not better than, I'm different from. But because you don't know how to identify and celebrate my difference, you try to make me feel like I'm arrogant, prideful, or I'm acting rude or derogatory towards you because I walk with confidence. Who you think you are? Dressing up, we only go into the store. This is the way I want to represent myself. So it doesn't mean that I'm belittling you or embarrassing you. It just means I'm representing the truth and the clarity and the certainty I have about me. This is how I want to reflect myself. Any place, you overachiever, I wouldn't say overachiever. However, something in me is not good with just getting a C. Although it's passing, I want to live up to my potential. I don't want, if I can get an A, I'm getting an A. I'm not going to get a C because it's passing. Now, if that makes you believe a lie and try to convince me of that lie, that you think you this, you trying to embarrass, I wasn't trying to do anything but be my best. Oh, are you feeling what I'm telling you right now? So 3 ways to increase your Godfidence. I gotta go. I wanted to just give you this so you can have it and do something with it. 3 ways to increase your Godfidence. Number 1, clarity. Clarity. Now, I don't want you to think that this is generic. This is clarity. What do I mean by clarity? Normally, when a person is unclear, there is no sense of clarity and there is no sense of certainty and confidence. Let me reword that. When I say clarity, when a person is unclear, there is no sense of confidence. So what do I mean? If someone told you, hey, is it that house or that house? You're driving down the road, you're like, is it the white house or the black house? You're like, I think it's the black one. No, it's the white one. Put something on it. Like, I don't know if y'all from where I'm from, but whenever somebody feels like they're more sure of themselves than you are yourself, that's what they'll say, put something on it. You driving down the road. Hey, is it the black house or the white house? Bro, it's the black house. No, it's the white house. Bro, it's the black house. No, it's the white house. Put something on it then. And if you don't have clarity, you don't have the confidence to put something on it. I'm going to say it again. So when it comes to dreams, aspirations, when it comes to throwing ourselves at the things that God has called us to do, when it comes to living out our purpose, when it comes to showing up as the full version of who we are, when it comes to knowing without a shadow of a doubt that this thing that I'm working on will work, when it comes to taking a step forward and knowing that I will be blessed by following this instruction, God-Fidence, the confidence that I need in God in order to have confidence that I need in me, why are they connected? Because if I know that I am doing the thing that my Creator has created me to do, I can have confidence in me because I have confidence in God. You get what I'm saying? When I know that I am living in the thoughts of God, that's all clear. That's when I say clarity, I'm talking about getting clear on what God thinks, what God has, and what God knows about me. I believe that I did not will myself to be here. I believe that my Creator has classified information about who I am now, who I was in the past, and who I'll be in the future. I believe that my Creator, before He formed me in the belly, He knew me. He formed me. He called me. He predestined me. He pre-ordered me. Like a person standing in the drive-thru at Popeyes. Let me get a 2-piece spicy with some Cajun sparkle, Cajun fries, and some red beans and rice, right? In the same way that we order based on what we have a taste for or desire for, I believe that our Creator ordered us, that He placed an order and He made sure that He prepared us. He placed us in our mother womb. So clarity for us, family, that increases Godfidence, it is when I know that I am and I am doing what the Creator has called, gifted, and framed for me to do. That level of clarity breeds confidence because I know that I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, meeting the right people, saying the right words. Don't nothing give you confidence like the certainty of knowing I'm doing the right thing. Don't nothing give you confidence other than the certainty of knowing I can feel good knowing I'm with who I'm supposed to be with. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Confidence happens when I know I made the right decision. What's considered right? An alignment. what I know God wants for me. What he wants, I want. You get what I'm saying? So clarity to know that I am living in the mind and the thoughts and the will of God, to know that I am living in direct alignment with my gifts, my talents, or the way I like to word it, what I call the Rosier Big Four, with what pleases God and what I'm gifted at and love doing. That it should make God happy, but I should also be good at it. It gives me clarity knowing that the thing he wants me to do, I'm good at and enjoy doing. You get what I'm telling you? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Clarity. This increases God-Fidence when I can have confirmation after confirmation that reminds me I'm doing the right thing. When that happens, I can put something on it. I'll put my money on it. I'll put my time into it. I'll put my heart into it. I'll put my soul into it. I'll throw me into the fullness of it, knowing, like, you get what I'll put me on it. I'll put it all on the line, knowing I'm in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. But without clarity, I ain't putting nothing on it. I'm not willing to bet. I'm not willing to gamble on it. All right, number two. I'm about to let you go. Number two. So number one was clarity. This is how we increase confidence. Number two is confession. Now, confession, family. Number one, clarity. Number two, confession. This is where we say this. We say the same thing that God says about us, not the things that people have said about us. Not the things that people have said about us. Confession is to say the same thing as. It is a compound word, right? Compound word. Homo meaning same. Logo or logio meaning word, right? It's a Greek word, homologio. Homo, same, logo means word or thought, right? So confession is to say the same thought or the same thing. Now, this brings a level of Godfidence or confidence inside of us where I think that every person should have a level of self-talk, things that you say to yourself that reminds you of who you are. Why? Because if you only hear who you are from other people, you are described and defined by them. But I do not think that you should spend all of your time allowing people to put you in a box or to categorize you based on just what they see and what they think. Why? They visit you, but you live with you. If that wasn't a bar, they visit you, but you live with you. You take you wherever you go. They can walk out your life, but guess what? Ain't nowhere for me to go. This is home for me. I just wish that you were a little lighter. Well, this is home. So if you need lighter, you need to go somewhere else. You visit me, but I live with me. So what I need to do is confess that I am the head and not the tail. I am more than enough. Everything that I am is more than enough. The best possible outcome happens for me in every situation. Every place I go, I am welcome with open arms and people enjoy me being there. I light up every room that I come into. I am the best at what I do. I believe in me. If they hire somebody else, they hired wrong. If they choose somebody else, they chose wrong. I'm the best choice in every situation. I stand out. I'm aligned with the highest purpose for my life. I don't miss any opportunity. I do not miss anything. The best possible outcome happens for me in every situation. Do you hear the way I was just talking to me? I was talking real spicy to myself. I was complimenting me. And sometimes you got to do that. That's what great confession is, that increases our confidence. And last but not least, character. Character. I said it earlier. Character traits shows up as personality traits. It's nothing increases your confidence when you realize that you are who you say you are. When you realize that what you say and what you do is in alignment. When you promise yourself something and you keep your word to you, when you promise someone else something and you keep your word to them. Well, to the question I would pose and ask you, ladies and gentlemen, like even if we take this spiritual, if I were to ask you, do you trust God? Many would say, yeah, I do. Well, the question is, can God trust you? And some people will pause. Well, if you have reservations on if he trusts you, you must increase your confidence. It is not a one-sided thing. It is to increase how you feel about you so you can show up as the full version of who you are meant to be. Family, that's 3 ways to increase your confidence / confidence. I hope this has been powerful for you. Hope that you get extreme value out of this and you begin to go back through this and make sure that you sit with it and write out, what does the future look like for you? Let's get some clarity so you'll put something on it. Let's make sure that we increase and we get clear on our confessions, what we say about ourselves so we don't live the lie that people have told us, and make sure we live in character. What is that? That is alignment, to know that that what I say, what I think, and who I am is aligned, so I can express personality traits about myself that I can be proud of. All right. I love you to life. I hope that this has been a blessing to you. I will see you next time for Epic Talks.